Hi everyone, Aldbar here. This is my solo walkthrough and guide to the level 15 heroic quest, Litany of the Dead, on the elite difficulty with all 4 endings. This is video part 2 of 2. Enjoy. Hi everyone, Warjack here, and we're going to jump back in with Sinus, who's the Cinderspawn, and he's chaotic evil. Here with the dragon's riddle, we're going to have to first answer 5 evil answers and then 5 chaotic answers. So, here we go. Question number 1 is Emerald Claw, that's evil 1. Next is Bring It to Its Knees. So, that's evil 2. Let him destroy what he wants, evil 3. I would not give up my freedom for anything, that's evil 4. And Offer it to Vol is evil 5. Okay, now chaotic. So his abominations, not abominations, his creations are really cool. I'm talking about the flesh golems, so that's chaotic 1. Ransack the temple, so that's chaotic 2. Do the same. Broken the agreement as soon as possible, that's chaotic 3. Forget that's not my fight, that's chaotic 4. And yeah, if the Black Abbot offered him a better deal, so that's chaotic 5. Now we need chaotic evil answers. So the Destroyer, that's chaotic evil 1. Now they lack intentions, they lack free will and to do what they want, so that's chaotic evil 2. Red and white are chaotic evil dragons. And when it comes to, you would ask the adventurers if they want to pass, and then after they engage them, then you destroy them. So that's like chaotic evil. And then finally, Sinus, the Cinderspawn, who is chaotic evil. There we go. Got it right. Again, you can see the dragon is pointing his head towards the right passageway. Just in case you missed it, this is a part 2. Yeah, part 1, we did the first half of the quest and the first 2 bosses, so just in case you haven't seen it yet. Okay, since I've done all the bosses, I've got all the items. So the last boss we did was the Shoal Fools, and now we're going to go and get the Putrefied Eye Stock that comes from him, who's going to help us with this boss. Petrified Stock. Okay, it's a trinket. What it gives us is it helps us dispel the flame that's around Sinus. Well, you'll see soon. This section over here is like a recreation of Inferno of the Damned. So kind of the same vibe, the same textures and the same layout. I have to say that this and Shoal Fools, the one I already did, the Doomsphere, the 2 bosses that I was the most afraid of. I've never done this solo on Elite. What you're watching right now is my first attempt, so, well, wish me luck. Okay, here we've got this intersection, and we want to get across, and you have to go through those 2 little rings. Both of them are just mirror images, so pick a side, you'll have to go through both of them. Yeah, first you're going to clean out all these enemies, and then I'll deal with those fire orbs. These fire orbs are a reoccurring theme, so to speak, in this quest, and they have a special effect we'll show off in just a moment. These fire orbs, when you stand inside of them or you touch the flame, it temporarily dispels all magic and magic casting. So you stand here for a few seconds, and eventually it will turn this on and turn off the orb, and it will return all your buffs. Here, watch again. You can see when I step inside, it's going to make all my buffs disappear. This is why I'm getting rid of all the enemies first. See, it kind of dispels my buffs. Well, it's temporarily, and as soon as it turns off, that's it, I get my buffs back. So don't have to worry about it. Just stand there for a few seconds, wait for it to switch. You have to do the same thing on the other side. Again, there's going to be another 2 spheres. You just have to go to the other half of the map. Here's an invisible stalker. If you've got true seeing, you can see it. You can only see like the outline of it. It's like fuzzy and blurry. Even in the viewfinder, it's like not very defined. I believe it's based off the air elemental though, so. Here we've got this blocked wall, and activating those orbs is what gets rid of it. This door, by the way, spawns an invisible stalker. He's like standing in the doorway. This is just, I've completed the loop and I got back to where I started, clearing out all these hallways. Thing to note about Litany of the Dead, when I was first introduced to it, I joined a party who rushed the whole quest. All it did was tailed after everyone, and then it got to that trap where you have to jump down at the end, and died. And it was very depressing that everybody was like, okay, recall, reset, we're gonna do it again. Really, again? It wasn't fun. Why are you doing this 5 times? Well, great XP. I couldn't stand it. It kind of burnt me out, and I didn't want to play Litany. Or actually, for many years I didn't touch this quest. It was only when I felt confident that I could do it solo that I came back and gave it a shot. So if anybody's gotten burnt from this quest, so this is dedicated to you. No reason to fear it.
Flames engulf and incinerate the vines, revealing the path forward.
Once you've activated all 4 orbs, the branches over here will set fire and the way will be opened. This firewall over here is just like a regular firewall. It was if it's casted, and it goes away after some time. You can just run through it, but I'll just wait for it to go out. It's not that damaging. I just wanted to show that it goes out. All of the quests in Necro 4 have chances. Well, the chests in the quests of Necro 4 can have chests who can drop the tome pages or shield fragments. So each one of these 4 passageways in Litany of the Dead has a optional chest. Over here you can actually do a long jump or jump all around the sides and get past this room. But if you jump down, you'll get the free chest. It's in the corner of this room. So you're going to have to fight some more stuff, but you get an extra chest and just, well, available for grabbing. If you really don't want to, you can skip this room though. You can skip off from above and you don't have to go through this roundabout. Yeah, so in the corner of this room is where the chest is. Oh, no luck. Well, yeah, it's not very often that the pages and shield fragments spawn. I mean, they are rare and they are valuable for a reason, but still, the more chests I open, the better chance I have. Yeah, they're very good on the auction house. Also, you can trade them for stuff. A lot of people find them very valuable. Probably people just want it so they can upgrade items and get the seal to upgrade their quiver.
Sunlight streams through unseen
Yeah, most likely. Yep, well, here's the other side of this pit. And we're going to continue through this door. Before we were on the Eberron side. This time now we're on the Infernal side. So, again, this is just like the quest, the Inferno of the Damned. I'm going to put some fire resistance on. Everything here has got fire on it.
stifling heat emanates from the flames blocking the west.
Here we've got this wall of flames that won't open up. Unless, again, we'll activate 4 switches, 4 platforms, pressure plates, whatever you want to call them. And this time we have to turn them off. Or activate, whatever you want to do. You have to step on them again. And like before we had the 4, so now we have another 4 on this big loop. And that will get us past the next barrier. So pick a direction, go around, and step on the pressure plates. Yeah, here we go. So last time we had these pressure plates that were surrounded with this ball of flame, and we stepped through the ball of flame, got a few points of damage, and after a few seconds the ball of flame who dispels your magic turned off. So now I'm going to do the opposite. Step on the pad, wait for a few seconds, and eventually the ball will turn on, and then you take a few points of damage. But when you step through it, you get your buffs back, so don't worry about it. Yep, got a shrine here, just in case. If you need to. I'm not going to make it. These guys are going to interrupt me. Yeah. Not cool. What I was trying to say is there's a shrine over here. So if you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you. Yeah, those pesky skeletons interrupted me before. Yeah, this final fight can be a bit exhausting depending on your DPS and how strong you are, so probably you should rest up before you go to it. Could be just me, I'm panicking because I'm scared, but yeah. I'm still going to recommend it though. By the way, this corner always spawns these fire elementals, so it's not just because it's the final one. If you come from this side, it still spawns the fire elementals. Yep, that's it. We're going to head back. We've done our loop. And we're going to head to the boss. By the way, this video was initially going to be one long video with all 4 bosses. The problem is it just didn't fit in under an hour. And I ended up deciding to divide it into 2 parts with 2 bosses for each part. Later I was suggested perhaps to make it a 4-part video with each boss in its own part. So I wonder what your thoughts are, and if you don't mind leaving a comment if you think it would be better to have it in 2 or 4 parts. What do you think would be better for views and for view time, and would be more enjoyable to you to watch? Yeah, so thanks. Yeah, okay. This is the second passageway. Again, you got this flame wall. We're just gonna wait for it to burn out, or you can just run through it. Either way. And we're gonna be heading into the boss. Okay, this is the boss room. There are these 4 runes. These control the delayed blast fireball traps that are on the walls all over the place over here. So pulling them will turn it off, but it's only temporarily. So if you want to keep on turning it off, someone will have to keep on pulling it. I like pulling them once before we start the fight. There we go. I'm gonna stand in the middle and trigger the fight. Make sure you've got cold resistance also. Okay, I like standing on this fence over here. This does not defend you against damage. Everything can hit you here. There's only one thing that it gives you a benefit for, and that is the stomp attack that this boss has. He stomps the floor and he stuns you like staggering blow. But from what I can tell, since I'm not standing on the floor, so the staggering blow does knock me down. So that's why I'm standing on the fence. Here I'm going to activate this clicky. Here you can see I clicked it on him, and basically what it does is it gives him vulnerable. So he's taking a bit more damage. Also, it's supposed to apparently dispel this effect, the cold fire shield. So if you're a melee and you're hitting him, you won't take damage. I don't know. I'm not hitting him. Here I've turned off the delayed blast fireball that was hitting me before. It's eventually going to start hitting me again though. Yeah, see it turned back on. This fight is pretty intense overall. He does a lot of damage. Also, he heals from fire. Keep that in mind. I think he's just really intimidating. He's gigantic and he fills up the whole screen and he puts up a big fuss. Yeah. I think as long as I don't lose my cool or panic, I'll be fine. He hasn't been able to stun me, so that's good. Well, it seems like you are throwing reflex saves, so I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Because this way I'm tall enough that I can see the damage coming off. That's definitely a benefit, right? Well, yeah, if not, you end up standing and you're not sure if you're doing any damage because he's so tall you can't see it go up from his head. So this way at least you get to see a bit. Yeah, this isn't too bad. I think I'll be able to do it. As long as I don't like choke or something, I'll be fine. Yeah, I would say the trinket in this fight is probably only really useful if you are pure melee and don't want to take a whole bunch of damage because of his fire shield. So I guess the clicky is important. Well, I'm gaining on him. And there we go. Well, congrats. Good job. Yeah. Say the truth, it wasn't that bad, but I think I'm still not going to do this again. I'm elite. I'll just do it on casual, the usual way. Okay, very important to note. Ooh, look at this. A named item and a tone page. Yeah, you must step out onto the tower to complete the flagging of this boss. You must stand on the top of this tower while there's no crystals here. Like I said in the previous video, if somebody breaks the crystals before you step out, no problem, just step out and stand here. Standing here with no crystals is what flags you. Also from here you can see where the inferno is. It's a little blocked by all these trees, but if you jump towards it, you'll be able to see it. There you can go. Just you can see the edge of the building over there. And that's it. So you recall, and then you run back again, and we're gonna go do the next boss. Next we have Mentau. He's the Golem Master, and he's chaotic good. Once again, we're gonna have to face off the dragon and do the dragon riddle. So it's gonna be 5 first questions will be good, then it'll be 5 chaos questions, and then chaotic good. So yes, 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 and here we go. Let's start. First is good. So silver flame. Next is never. You wouldn't support fighting Zendrick, so that's good too. I would not let him. You know, he should control his anger. Good 3. I would do anything to save my daughter. So that's good 4. Finally, destroy it once and for all. That's good 5. Okay, so the abominations. No, they're not abominations. They're ingenious creatures. So yeah, that's chaotic 1. Ransack the temple. That's chaotic 2. Broken the agreement as soon as I could. So that's chaotic 3. Forget that. It's not my fight. It's chaotic 4. And if the black offered him a deal, so yeah, that's chaotic 5. And now the rebel. This is chaotic good 1. They lack honor. They lack free spirit and a good heart. So that's good but free. It means chaotic good 2. Brass and bronze are the chromatic, but they're chaotic. So good 3. Good chaotic good 3. Then let the adventures pass without any questions and help him against the Black Abbot. So even though it's his job to protect, he's letting them pass, so that's chaotic good 4. And then finally, Mentau, the Flesh Maker, chaotic good 5. And that's it. A note about the riddle: the order of the answers, every time you have the same order of questions, but the answers are listed in a random order. So you can't just memorize answer number 1, answer number 3, answer number 2. It doesn't work like that. Every time it's mixed up. So it's the same questions, the same answers, but the order of the answers on the list is different. Okay, this time we're going to take the trinket from last time. So the blue flame was from the Cinderspawn. That was the last boss. We're taking that's going to help us against the next boss, who is Mentau. There we go.
Rattling bones and the wretch of decayed flesh mark the entrance to Nakarada's.
The layout of this part is similar to the Flesh Maker's laboratory, and it's got a whole bunch of flesh golems. Flesh golems are healed by electricity, so make sure you've got some way to deal with that.
A roaring thunder reveals Mentau as the second.
Here, just for the record, you can jump and catch the ledge. But I'm not going to be going like that. I'm just going to use the normal way. That's the ladder on the other side of this furnace.
Steam rises from the furnace.
These air elementals are super annoying. This room we can just cross to the other side and continue on, or we can jump down, and this is where we get our optional chest for this passageway. This is by far the most heavily guarded chest. Well, it's the trickiest chest. It's the least obvious. First you have to get through a secret door, and then you got all this.
A hidden treasure glistens in the treasure.
Wait for it. You get a mummy, a golem, and you get an air elemental comes and ambushes you from behind and knocks you over. That's really annoying. Well, at least you didn't get any mummy rot. Yeah, true. I mean, it's not too bad to dispel. I mean, you just remove curse and remove disease in that order. So C, D, curse, disease. Okay, let's move on. Zoom in for a second. See, there's like a little scene over here. We got rats eating corpses, and then the corpses get up. I love the fact that somebody spent time in making this little small cinematic. Most people just never notice.
Several assembly tables surround a focusing crystal. Below, the
Here we've got these pillars who've got a rune on the side of them, and when the rune is activated, it turns on this electric trap. So all you need to know is when the rune's on, it's bad for you. That means the electric trap is active. So if it's off, don't touch it. It doesn't do anything. If it's on, you can turn it off. I believe it only makes one blast, so it's no big deal anyways.
stairs climb to the peak of Mentau's tower.
Here, this door's locked. We have to go get the key for it.
Intricately fashioned leftover parts decorate this assembly area.
Just like before, this pillar has a rune on it, but we all care about is this key.
With the island
You can turn off this pillar if you want, but it already did its discharge, so whatever. Just my point is, every time you turn it on, it will blast you with electricity. So unless you want to get blasted, don't turn it on.
the door swings open and the stench of rotted flesh fills the room.
I like to say about the end fight coming up that it is both the easiest and the hardest,
Primary assembly
depending on if you are prepared and know what you're doing. So, if you don't know what you're doing, it's probably the hardest. And if you do know, it is by far the easiest. Even easier than the High Priest of all. So, I think that the most... Oh, by the way, this is where we were before, on top. Now we're looping around underneath. As long as you completed the Cinderspawn first, and you can get the trinket for this boss, who's specific for this boss, what's called the blue flame, you're good to go. If not, well, you better be melee. No, you're not going to have a very good time, let's put it like that. We've got these two iron golems who are just, you can see, dormant. They're not active yet. And the way you activate them is go to this door and click on the shrine. Clicking on the shrine, as soon as you do, even if before you finish resting, just click on it, will activate them. I don't know where they think they're going, but whatever. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is the factory room. This thing is loaded with these flesh golems. They continuously spawn and they drop in from the top. Now you've got these pillars over here with the traps on them. As you can see, they're all deactivated. Don't activate them. You click on them, they'll blast electricity and heal everything. Just stay away from them. I'm going to clear out a round of flesh golems. And here we go. Now we're going to head up. You stand inside of the circle, right in the middle, and you click the switch. You look down on an angle like this, and when the trap goes off and blows into this healing, you press forward. And now we're standing next to Mentau. But he's surrounded by this fire who dispels us. And that's what we have the cold fire for. Check it out now. If I try to cast spells, it casts nothing. Doesn't do anything. So, use the cold flame. Cold fire. And what it does is it dispels this ball of flame. And now, you can just shoot him straight in the face. He's a total pushover. If not, you would have to be doing this in melee. I just realized now that you didn't have your trinket on from the last quest. Yeah, me too. I was too distracted. Well, why do I need 5 charges? Well, eventually the time runs out, as you can see. And then, well, just use it again. It's very important to make sure you kill him when the flame orb is down. If not, you'll get bugged. You won't be able to leave the quest. You'll still have that stupid effect on you. Yeah, that was it. Short and simple. He really doesn't do that much damage, and he's a total pushover once you have the proper trinket. I think the trickiest part is trying to get up onto the platform, but if you use the method I showed, you should be able to get up with no problem. Of course, finally, don't forget to step out and complete your flagging. Oh, break the crystals.
Mental's voice drifts.
And that's it, you're done.
I am free.
Again, from here you should be able to see the quest. This time it was Fleshmaker's Laboratory. There it is. Right on the top of the mountain. And that's it. Recall. Yep, so that's it. We're done with our flagging. We've completed Litany of the Dead. And at this point you can go and run back and turn in the quest. It will complete it and you will be flagged for the Abbot raid. Yep, as always, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, this was a lot of work, so thank you very much everybody for sticking through the whole project. And we hope to present many more big, cool projects like this. Okay, bye.